to today's episode. Today, as we talked about earlier, this is a follow-up to the engine oil change. Today we're going to change the lower unit oil in the Yamaha 250 SHO motor. It's again, super easy method. I'll show you exactly what you need, and you can get all this stuff online. But first thing you're going to need a flathead screwdriver. You're going to need an Allen wrench with a 4mm Allen wrench on it. Two tools you need, and that's it. You're going to need 2 quarts of yamalube lower unit oil, which is basically gear oil. You'll need 2 quarts of those. And once again, you're going to need this is a hand pump. This will actually screw right onto the quart bottle. This screws into the bottom port of your lower unit, and this will allow you to put the oil in. Super easy method. And again, I mean, I think I've got, I think 2 quarts of the yamalube is $29. The other thing you're going to need is a small oil pan to catch the oil in, because in this case it's going to run out instead of pumping out like we did in the oil. So let's get right to it. Okay guys, we're down here on the unit, and this is what's called the lower water intake guard unit here, and that's what you're going to need your 4mm wrench for, or Allen wrench, excuse me. You want to stick that in there and just unscrew it, because the bottom port to your lower unit is behind this. There's one side of it. Just poke that through. There's the other side of it. You can see it's just a screw that puts that together. Just remember that the screw head's on the starboard side of the boat. Now here we have our lower drain plug, and here we have our upper drain plug for the lower unit. So all your oil, your lower unit oil's in here. So now we're going to take our flathead screwdriver. We're going to leave that one closed. We're going to unscrew this. And the reason you leave that top one in is because it almost acts, I mean, there'll be a little bit start coming out here. It almost acts like your finger on the head of a straw. But now when I crack this, it's really going to start flowing. Now it's getting there and coming on out. And for those of you that's never messed with lower unit, changing your lower unit, a lower unit gear oil does have a strong odor. For whatever reason, it's not like engine oil. It does have a very pungent smell, so you will notice that. And the other thing you can look for too is, similar to a vehicle transmission, this bottom piece has a magnet on it, and it'll show you it's there to catch the metal shavings. And with putting it in gear and out of gear and backing up and going, there's always going to be some, and I mean this is acceptable. I don't know how good that'll focus right there, but there's a few little shavings on them. I mean, there's nothing major. And that's always another indicator too that you might have something bad going on. If there's a lot of metal on this, or big heavy pieces of metal, that could be a problem. So just watch out for that. We're going to let this drain out, and then we'll get back to putting her together. Alright guys, we got it drained out. We've let our motor down level. We've screwed in our fitting that goes to our pump here to the bottom intake. We're going to leave this one open. We're going to open one of our quarts. We're going to put our pump into the into the pump, into the quart here. Going to screw her on. And now we're going to pump. We're going to try to pump. You see that's pushing the oil in. Done with that quart. We're just simply going to unscrew it from that quart, open up our second one, move it straight over into it, and we're going to keep pumping until we have oil run out, up here. Okay, we got oil coming out, and if you notice I kept going. I want all that air to get out of there. See them air bubbles that are coming to the top? I want to make sure that's all out of there. Now we got a good flow. The other thing I want to mention to you guys is when you buy this, you need to replace these washers when you do this that are on the screw heads. You need to go ahead and replace those. They come with a kit. I'll get that one started, get that one back on. Gonna get that tightened down. Okay. Now I went and took brake cleaner and cleaned all the metal shavings off of that. And you want to get your screw ready for this lower one. You want to get your screw ready and have it right here ready to go when you go to change this bottom one out. You want as little oil coming out of this bottom one as possible. So I've got my screw ready. I got my washer on it. And I dropped my screw. That's okay. Phone's ringing. Alright, got that on there. Take your screwdriver. Lower unit. Oil is changed. Alright, now that we got that done, we're just going to clean up the excess oil here. Make sure we got all that out of there. I'm going to check that one more time. Good to go. Now we're going to put our low water intake back on. And you don't want to over tighten this. I mean, just snug it up. Because I mean, it's just plastic. plastic threads and everything, but so don't strip it out. It's easy to do. Then you'll have to order that online too. I'm going to bleed my pump out into the pan. Wipe it off. I'm going to save that for use at another time. We will properly dispose of the remainder. Guys, that's a wrap on this one. As you can see, that's even easier than changing the oil in it. And again, I just think it saves you a lot of time and money. And for me, the dealer is about 45 minutes away, and you always gotta leave it. They never get to it. Not knocking them, they just never get to it in the same day. So just quick and easy. Don't have a lot of money invested in tools. It's something you can do at your house. I mean, it's a great time saver. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like this video. If you don't care, do us a huge favor and go ahead and subscribe right there and hit that little bell. It'll let you know when we post a new video. But thank you guys for watching. Comment if you got any questions, or if you want to see something else, that any other maintenance items I do on this boat, just let me know, and we'll see if we can get them filmed.